color. The continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord.
Tonight, a chain reaction of events has exploded. An incident in a warehouse on the wharf touched it off and left Eddie Jacks beaten and badly hurt. Now, Elliot Carson has just learned that Dr. Michael Rossi knew all about the true parentage of the baby Jill Smith brought to town months ago. Knew, and failed to come forward and tell the truth.
Oh, Miss Chuck?
Yes, Doctor.
Did Ada Jacks talk to you on the way out?
No, she didn't.
No, I figured that. Listen, take a note. Make a call and set up an appointment for him to have his stitches removed, eh? Is this for me?
Yes. Mr. Carson is waiting to see you.
Really?
Yes. I had him go into your office.
I suppose he wants a story on this.
Dr. Fielding, call emergency. Dr. Fielding.
Hello, Elliot.
Why didn't you tell us about your brother and the baby, Mike? What kind of a supreme being do you think you are? That you could make a decision not to tell us the truth about the baby. And that's what you did, didn't you?
Joe told you.
Didn't you make that decision, Mike?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's had to run most of his life and because I wanted to try and help him.
To protect him.
Yes. He is my brother.
You think you could have helped him more by forcing him to face up to his responsibilities and coming forward with the truth?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't guarantee he'll always do the right thing or that I'll always do the right thing by him. It's just that I decided to try and help him, and I knew that one more jam, one more problem, one more appearance in court. He'd think of himself as a loser for the rest of his life, and he's not. I don't know. Maybe I made the wrong decision.
Maybe.
Well, put yourself in my position for a minute.
In your position.
Well, I've never been in an area like this before.
I think you're trying to work out a nice, neat little philosophical equation for yourself. Your brother or your friends, and I can't buy that, Mike. That's after the fact. That's never been the choice.
Elliot, there's always been a choice like that. Can't you see? From the minute he came to my house, months ago.
No. The choice, if you can call it that, simply consisted of friendship. Do you go to your friends, Connie and Elliot, and tell them the truth, or don't you?
I tried to tell you.
You see, what kills me, Mike, is that you've known Connie for more than 20 years. You know the kind of struggle that she's had, raising Allison all by herself, and then coming home one night and finding Allison's room empty. And now this. How much do you think a person can take anyway? She's strong, yes, but she's only human.
Look, come on, stop it, will you? Consider my position for a minute.
You played God. You decided that telling the truth would somehow cause more trouble. And for the life of me, I can't go along with that kind of thinking. The truth hurts. Sometimes, yes, but only for a moment. And then you live with it. Don't you understand what happens to a woman when she picks up a baby? Do you realize that every time Connie feeds that baby, every time she changes her, every time she holds her close, she falls deeper and deeper into a commitment?
All right, come on. Put away the violins.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's hearts and flowers, and it's buckets of beautiful tears, except Connie is living it.
All right. I'll cancel my appointments for in the morning, and I'll go by and see her.
That's beautiful. What's the matter with you, anyway? This isn't some kind of a disagreement about a medical bill. It's not something that can be settled with an apology over a cup of coffee.
Well, what do you want?
To listen to me. Stay away from me. Stay away from Connie. From both of us. You don't know the meaning of friendship. The responsibility of a friendship. You're a fake, Mike.
Just got your message. Is it Kelly? Is something wrong?
You tell me. Is something wrong?
Oh, Mrs. Carson, I don't think I understand.
I don't understand either. Not at all. You never met Allison, did you?
What?
You never met my daughter.
Mrs. Carson,
Tell me.
I've told you
You lied. You lied to everybody. Why?
Who said I lied?
Kelly's father. Didn't you know someday he would? Didn't you know someday somebody would? You made it all up, didn't you? Allison, the bus station. You never even saw my daughter, did you?
Mrs. Carson?
Did you?
No.
You used her name when you had a baby. So that you could come here and use Elliot and me. It was a lie. It was all a lie.
Yes.
Why? You knew our daughter disappeared. You knew how much it would hurt.
Mrs. Carson?
So you made us believe we'd found a part of her.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
Oh, be honest for once in your life. Tell the truth. You didn't care. You had a problem, so you were looking for a way out. Well, a lot of people have had the same problem. And felt the same way. Why didn't you give her to an adoption agency? Why did you have to make us relive it?
I just couldn't give her away and not know where she'd be.
Why here?
Because it was somewhere...
Somewhere. Somewhere where maybe you could come back and get her if you felt like it someday?
No. Somewhere I know she'd be wanted.
Because of a lie?
I wanted Kelly to have a home. The kind she needed. The kind I couldn't give her.
Nobody could have given her the kind of home she needed but you. You were her mother.
Where is she?
No, Jill.
Mrs. Carson.
You made your choice.
I want to see my baby.
She's not your baby. You disowned her. The day she was born.
I'll be with you in a minute. How can you possibly have anything left to wear?
Besides what I have on, I have a trench coat, my swimming trunks, and a suit of work graduation.
I've sort of let things slide, haven't I?
Oh, you might say that.
Well, I'm going to take all this stuff to the laundromat tomorrow morning, then I'm going to come home and iron. If I have time, I'll put new shelf paper in our dresser drawers. No, I'll make the time.
But don't get too ambitious.
I want to get ambitious. It's called Project Fresh Start. Come on. Have you got anything else to go in here?
As a matter of fact, I do. Was too crowded.
Is that all of it?
Well,
they doing in there?
I had to sleep on the couch last night, as you well know.
Because I locked you out of our bedroom. Knowing that won't happen again.
I know.
I've been a real pill, haven't I? Just about every way I could.
Well, you didn't mean to be.
Not on purpose. I mean, I didn't sit down every morning and think, well, what can I do to make the day miserable for Norman, Mom, and Dad?
You didn't?
I guess I knew about it in the back of my mind. I wouldn't admit it even to myself, but I wanted to show Dad what a mess he'd made by walking out of me when I was a baby. It's called getting even, I guess.
Or being a human being, or not being made of steel or something. Look, if you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
Okay. Consider the subject closed.
But if it would help, well, then let's talk about it. Come on.
Nope, it's in the past. Permanently, once and for all. With a lot of other unimportant old memories, like the time I burnt off half my hair when I used Mom's curling iron.
Oh, that's funny. Can't wait for you to tell me about that.
I'd rather talk about the future. Ours.
Well, we're going to have a good one. You know why? Because we proved that our marriage can take it. All the bumps and everything. It hasn't changed the way we feel about each other. Rita, we've been through our first 100 years, and we came out with all flags flying.
Here's to the next 1,000.
Sorry, Your Highness. Well? Suit yourself. I just want to find out if she's okay. Is there anything wrong with that? The lights are still on. They're up. Ada, she went through a lot today. She would have turned in by now if she was okay, wouldn't she?
Do anything you want.
You think I should leave her alone, That's what you're saying.